All right, a quick video about trig graph discovery. This has shown up in recent homework assignments on DeltaMath, as well as the latest quiz. And I think what's confusing people are you have this solid black curve and also this dotted curve. Both are sinusoids. First of all, the goal here is to try to take, in this case, the black curve is the cosine graph. That's just regular old cosine. If you see, it starts at a high point and repeats over here at 2 pi. That's 2 pi right there. And it oscillates between y equals -1 and +1. The idea is to change that parent function and make it this dashed sinusoid, right? Which obviously has a bigger amplitude. It's moved down a bit, and the period is bigger. So, can you change these constants here? And so usually I go for the midline first. I think that's the easiest thing to see. It's obvious to me, since the graph goes from -3 to +1, right? And you got to focus on the dashed graph. The middle of that would be -1. So on the end here, I can type -1. And honestly, these other boxes, at least for now, just leave them as ones. And you can hit try. This won't be our final answer. Hit try, and you can see what happens. It moves the graph down. And you can keep changing these numbers until you get that dashed graph. Now, if you get a pencil and paper out, you should be able to do this in one try. But I'm just going to show you that even if you don't get it in one try, it's okay. Again, you can't submit an answer until you get it correctly. Next thing I go for is the amplitude, which is that leading coefficient. So from -1, my graph goes up 2 units and down 2 units. It goes up from -1 to +1 and -1 to -3. So if I change that 1 to a 2, I'll hit try again. Look at that. You can see it expand. So I have all the y values accounted for. The last thing I want to do is I have to expand the period from 2 pi out to 6 pi. Again, focused on the dashed line, the period, I get another high point at 6 pi. Don't forget, the coefficient here is what we call b, and we know the period is 2 pi divided by b. So if you have a period of 6 pi, you're off by a factor of 3. Don't forget that this is counterintuitive. If I put a 3 here, it's going to crunch it. I've got to put a 1/3 in here. And you can do the math on a piece of paper. Just set 2 pi over b equal to 6 pi, and the b itself would be 2 pi divided by 6 pi, which is 1/3. Again, if I hit try here, you can see it expands horizontally, and then I can submit my answer. I'm going to get it correct. So this is like a no-brainer. You can't actually submit the answer until you get it correctly. And then you kind of see down here his explanation, right? I'll do one more of these quickly just to show you. This time they gave me a cosine again. By the way, they could give you a sine. Let's see, what's our midline here? It looks to me again to be -1. So I'll bring everything down 1. And then from -1, if you go up to 2, that's an amplitude of 3, or -1 to down to -4. So that's a 3. And then finally, what's my period? It's 8 pi. That means my b would actually be 1/4 because it's 4 times as wide. So 4 times as wide, normally it goes to 2 pi. This goes all the way to 8 pi. 4 times as wide means the coefficient of b is a 1/4. If I hit try, it should work out. And that's what I kind of like about this, because you see instantaneously if you got it correct. Submit the answer. Yes, I got it correct. All right, guys. Hopefully that helped. All right, take care.